So you guys saw when I was the first one to complete Historic Domination that it was massive. I had no idea who to pick because I didn't see any of the stats before I'd picked my player. So I picked David Thompson. And this is the player right here that I'm going to do a player review for you guys today so you can see if you want to pick him up. Now I know I showed a gameplay with him and I was saying how terrible he is and there's going to be a reason to why he's so terrible. They actually fixed that reason, and that was his tendencies. They basically changed them all from really low, like in the 20s to 100. But yeah, I'm going to tell you anyways, now that it's been updated, how the card is. So first thing I'm going to look at is his stats for me. So this basically already gives a conclusion to the video. But I thought I should show this at the start so you guys can see why I'm going to be talking about what I'm talking about in the rest of the video. So you can see he's played 12 games. 11.3 minutes. He averages 6.6 points. Let's just have a think about that. A 95 overall player, diamond card, 6.6 points. What else can you see here? 1.2 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 0.3 steals, 50%, 47% from 3, 90% from free throw. That's actually something that's really good. But really, like, look at these stats. It's terrible. And that's what I'm going to be explaining to you guys in the rest of this video. Onto why these are the stats. So to look at stats, instead of actually looking at the back of the card, I prefer to look at it to compare against the average shooting guard. So that's what we're going to do for David Thompson. So you can see he's got an insane shot close and he's an okay shooter. I wouldn't give him a good for shooting. Like, he's got a 79 open shot 3, which is the average shooting guard bit. You'd kind of want your diamond player to have a bit more than that, like maybe 82 at least, but he's got an okay free throw. I was kind of wishing that was a little bit higher. Standing layup is insane, 98 driving layup. The thing with standing layup though, it doesn't really matter because he's only 6'4". If he was like a center height, it would be OP, but nah. 85 standing dunk, which is absolutely insane. 98 driving dunk. And 96 draw foul. 96 draw foul is the only stat on him I can actually fully see, and the defensive stats. So I don't know why, but the dunking stats just don't work. I can see dunking happen. I've got a clip here of him actually dunking in this game that I played.
Make him earn it at least. Here's Thompson.
And I was kind of amazed. I was like, oh, did he actually just do that? Did he actually just dunk? Because I've got Steve Francis on my team. He's got 96 driving dunk at point guard. He dunks all the time. David Thompson doesn't dunk at all. The thing that I do like David Thompson for though, and that I really do notice, is that he's an insane defender. Not overly good, but you know, just a really good defender. 85 block on him, 85 shot contest. Also, he's got 94 speed and 95 excel, which is really good, and 99 vertical, so he can really get up to all those blocks and everything, and 98 stamina. But yeah, when I actually got this card, when I picked the card and I was like, yep, this is the one, because I was the first one to do it, I hadn't seen the stats or anything. I had a look at this card and I was like, this card's going to be deadly. I had no idea how anyone was going to stop it because of the dunking stats. And because he hardly dunks for me, he's like pretty much useless. Because his threes just and his release is so hard to time. I'll show that later. You can see in this online game that I just played with him, he had 5 points. Really? 95 overall, 5 points. Now the problem with this card before was that his tendencies were really low. Everyone was getting really angry because he only had like 20 standing dunk tendency, but they fixed those. They put them all to 100, which is really good. But I've played a few games with him, probably about 6 games with 100 tendencies, and I really haven't seen a massive improvement in dunks. The only thing I have seen different is when he actually goes for the dunk, he usually finishes it. The thing is he doesn't usually go for the dunks. Because I remember last time he would go in for a dunk and just put the ball down, and then it would just bounce out from the ring, and it was so annoying. But now he actually finishes those dunks with those 100 tendencies. Also, they added a few badges to him. They put a Hall of Fame badge on him, tireless scorer. Personally, I haven't seen much difference with it. It's obviously because it does something to the energy of your player, and I don't pay much attention to that, so maybe it's really good. He got quite a few badges for free, so shout out to 2K for that. But really, I've been asked, why would you get this card? That's the question of this video. Why would you get this card? Now the reasons, I can't really think of many. He's not an amazing dunker, and that's the one thing that I was so excited for, dunking the ball, but he can't do it very well. So if you're looking at David Thompson to dunk the ball for you, I wouldn't really recommend it. Like, he's probably the best dunker out of all of the players you can get out of the diamond, him or Ben Wallace, but for his position, he's obviously the best. So, but he doesn't dunk that often, and that's just what I have to say about him. He doesn't dunk that often, and that's what he's meant for. So now this is his shot. So this is how fast it is. Ready? Hold the button. Ooh, it's already up. That is insanely quick. I can never get it right, which is what really screws me over, and it is so hard to get right because it's legit just not even like, it's just a tap, and it's so hard to get online. I'll show you a normal release. So let's go Steve Francis, who's got a really nice release, and this is Steve Francis. So, well, like that. See, that's got more time on it, which is what I like about it. You can actually hold the ball just a little bit more. Hold the X button or box or square just a little bit longer, and that's what gets you the better releases. And as for David Thompson, whoa, it's up. Whoa, it's up. It's so quick. I cannot even explain it. You either get really early or a little bit late, and that's always me. Now, this is him dunking in freestyle. You can see he does it really well. Like, in freestyle, it's super nice, all his dunks. But seriously though, I reckon I've played maybe 15 games with him, and I've probably had 15 online games, that is, and I've probably had maybe 3 of these dunks happen, 3 of these like fantastic dunks, and others of them are just boring. Now, also sometimes in games, you'll be running down the court and you'll give the ball to David Thompson in the corner. He'll run in, and because I'm playing online, I can't really do it, but he'll legit go for a standing layup when he's right here. He'll go like this, and not like that. It's really hard to do on freestyle, but I just can't get much highlights of him because he just hasn't been very good for me. But basically what I would want in my player, if I could pick the perfect player, would be for me to drive in, pass it out to David Thompson. He could shoot a 3, but if someone's contesting, running up, goes for the block, and then I can just run down and do exactly that, that would be perfect. But the thing is there's usually a big man waiting in the middle here, and he just like scares out David Thompson, and David Thompson has to come in for a layup like that. And I just don't understand why, because he has like 100 contact dunk, 198 driving dunk. Why can't he just throw it down right on top of him? Also, can we please remember here that he has 85 standing dunk, and I have not done a standing dunk with him this whole time. He's got 100 standing dunk tendency, and I'm just trying to get a standing dunk. I don't think it's going to happen. So really, that brings me to kind of the conclusion of this player review. And to be honest with you, if I was to pick again, if I could pick again who I wanted, if I could, have a game with David Thompson before I had picked, I probably would have gone with Ben Wallace, because David Thompson just doesn't do anything for me. He doesn't really dunk on people. He's done it like 5 times in his career. And he can't shoot, and the only thing he can really do well is defense, and Ben Wallace is better at defending, and I've played against Ben Wallace and he's destroyed me sometimes. So if I was to recommend, I would probably go with Ben Wallace. I'd probably go with all of them over David Thompson, to be honest with you. He's just not very good. I hope 2K do something to kind of fix him. They did fix his tendencies, but I didn't really notice a major difference. So I don't know if it's just the way I play, or if any of you guys are playing really well with him somehow. Make sure to let me know, because he's not very good for me. But yeah, so the reasons for me not to pick him is that the main reason you would pick him is because you want him to dunk, and he hardly dunks for me. Another reason, he can hardly shoot. And to be honest with you, those are the only 2 things I really look for in a player, and he doesn't get many contact layups either. So what's really the point on picking him? That's a great question. I kind of wish I didn't, but what I picked is what I picked. So that's the reason why I would not recommend you get David Thompson. I'd recommend you look at other players, but if you want to go with him, sure thing, go for it. Just know that I said this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.